Someone is saying, the silence is deafening. Close your eyes. We're laying in bed and we're just getting up for the day. We go, crap. I have 5 million jobs to do. Okay. Gryffindor lava the planet on the outside. Gryffindor lava honeycomb the planet. Blue paste it. And then times that by 5. So I do the up, do the down, do the forward, and then I do the back. Make sure the blue paste is there. And the thought should come, oh, I have things on my to-do list. What? Because the lava should have decluttered your space, your brain, which is what you need to do anything. Okay, next. Oh, crap. How do I turn a 5th house assignment into an 8th house? So now do it around Mother Andromeda. And your other 2 galaxies. So I have 3 eggs in progress. Maybe I should do Milky Way, maybe not. Do I have anything to do today? Make sure the griffin blue paste is coated on each egg. Milky Way's egg is harder to do because it doesn't get done very often. Then we griffin blue paste Milky Way. And then we do ×5. And then we Ravenclaw lasagna, planet Earth, with the pearlescent honeycomb and hot pink paste. 5 layers. Oh, new higher thought. Higher intelligence. We do the same to the galaxies. Now we have anti-reaver colored Yoda balls. And they are the color of hot pink, lime, hot orange, griffin blue, and like orchid purple. So they come and you throw them in between the lasagna and all the pastes, and it sprinkles new technology. These are anti-reaver technologies. So people don't get psycho when they ascendio into Hufflepuff. So they bypass all their repressed stuff in their bodies. Because right now we're doing Hufflepuff. Somebody goes, oh my God, I know. The higher the tree you climb. We're doing Hufflepuff. Instead of Ascendio. Now, your brain might have calculated a few different things in that scenario. We're going to call that overselling it or underselling it. Overselling the work or underselling the work. And that's one of our first Jedi mind tricks. The next is, how do I turn a 5th house assignment into an 8th house? All right. Now we're going to violet flame plasma with honeycomb and then light it with the violet flame on all of the galaxy eggs and the earth egg. And burn away any old toxic psychic energy. All right. Cleaning slates. There is no such thing as a 5-star chef or a 3-star Michelin chef that has a dirty kitchen. There is no A-lister chef that has a dirty kitchen. None. Zero. Zero. A master at cleaning their kitchen can be a master at producing food. A&Rs. Clean slate, clean slate, clean slate, clean slate. All my evil goes into the lava. All my psychic attack goes into the lava. All my sex crimes go into the lava. All my knife rape goes into the lava. All my pedo goes into the lava. All my demon in hell goes into the lava. Mark, 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 mark. Clean kitchen guru. There's no such thing as a fat star ballerina. Clean. I eat clean. I exercise. I eat clean. I exercise. I eat clean. I exercise. Magician. Master. I have none of this nonsense in my astral body or my cells or my roots. Same as my roots are my astral body still. All right. There are many teachings that come with clean slates. When you meet somebody, you have a clean slate with them. They have no karma on you from a past life. There's no nonsense. And you watch. And you wait. And you see their behavior in the now. And you watch and you begin to triangulate at least 3 levels of the pattern. And then it's done. It should be. There are too much forgiveness conditioning that we just let it all go. Oh, they walk all over me. That's fine. Oh, they walk all over me. That's fine. Oh, okay. After the 3rd time, that's them. Jedi mind trick. Your job is to detach from getting emotionally involved in how they treat you. And then evacuate the scenario. All right, that's one layer of clean slates. Another. When I wake up in the morning, I'm waking up at 0 point. Somebody goes, oh my God, I know. 0 point. That's the most negative point of my day. Night school is nightmares. Demon hunting. Awful training. School. How to deal with the lower astral planes. Confronting my fears, etc. All unresolved issues go into night school. And that way I can deal with these lower physical planes. And that's my more positive side of life. And not the reverse. So this helps me get out of bed in the morning, especially if my life sucks. So night school is for awful, awful processing. My intention is I would rather have nightmares at night than live in psycho hell drama in the day. And then I wake up. And wherever happy place I got to when I went to bed, I wake up in the complete opposite in the morning. Whatever intentions that I was like, yay, the future. Oh my God, everything's gonna be fine. I'm so excited. This and this and this is gonna happen. Okay. I go to bed and I empty it. And I wake up and none of that was real. None of it's manifested. None of it is anything other than my own psychotic delusions of grandeur. So now I wake up in earth element instead of go to bed in fire element. And from that point, everything is an ascent. Instead of feeling like I get hit by a train through the day. How you emotionally handle life is what will make or break your journey through into ascended mastery. All right. Starting from scratch. There's a really good teaching. That is not my guru. The Tara understands this teaching. That is not my guru. All right, cults and gurus, they all work the same. They all do Slytherin mind control. This is not a Hufflepuff planet. It's ascending into a Hufflepuff planet. None of them are actually Christs, and none of them actually care about you at all. Maybe one would die for you after you gave them $100,000 or 10 years of your slave life. Maybe. And it's not like slave for the planet. It's like slave for them. All right. There's a really keen point. You need to learn how to study from a guru without making it your guru. Brooke would do this thing like, I'm your guru, or I'm your master. And there were always triggers in my head that go, God, no. I would never do it outwardly, and I should have. It's a lot like how the Torah sets boundaries against guru energy. I'm your master. God, no. How wonderful and beautiful and empowering is that? God, no. You guys have no problem doing that to me all day long in the astral plane, so definitely, like, you can do it to everyone else and do it to their face. Cut them down. God, no. You're not my master. All right, so Star would always jerk herself off by telling me I'm her student, and she still does because she is the elder in this relationship, but she sure doesn't behave like one. That is not my guru. 3 times of me having to pick up another person's dog poop because they don't know how to watch Caesar Milan. That is not my guru, and the bar is set there. If I have to do anything for that person because they don't know how to do anything masterful, then that is definitely not my guru. Seriously. For infinity. If I have to write an horror book for somebody to clean out their lower astral realms, then they are not an exorcist. They are a demon. So that is not my guru. I am the parent in the relationship. If I have to filter a woman's lies, if she wants to make me speak lies to make her look good, that is not my guru. So setting clear boundaries of standards of behavior is everything. Star. Tell the nice man you walked on water. I did not walk on water. The water changed texture a little bit. So that Star could make dimensional mastery sell or look good. So that's psychopath. That would be like me trying to sell out that the clip it is 100% clean when little kids or adults can still feel the knife rape. But it's a lot more clean. Okay. Starting from scratch. So you got a guru. The guru has all these teachings. And they fed you, and they fed you, and they fed you. And now they think they own you with all their work and all their teachings. And it's a Slytherin trap. I own you because I taught you. So now everything you have was stolen from me, and so therefore I own everything you can produce. That's exactly how they feel. That's exactly how they think. That's exactly the state of their possession. I have a little bit of this, but I cut it out at A&R marks. So that's where my ownership takes in, because I'm Archangel Kamael. You guys can't do A&R marks registration unless you register with the House of Kamael or something better. And you've done your own marks yourself. Okay? That's it. Period. Everything else belongs to the Intergalactic Federation of Light and God and the dragons. It belongs to that planet and that planet and that planet and that Harry Potter planet and that Harry Potter planet and that Harry Potter planet. That planet that doesn't call it Harry Potter planet, they just call it Seraphim. Okay, so, or they have another name for it, Dragon Riders. So everything belongs to the quantum matrix. It's all in the psychic intranet or body of knowledge. So what I have to do is I have to leave my guru. I have to throw everything they gave me away. And most of the time I will throw it away physically. And I go, I will start from scratch. So then I'm going to go teach a Kabbalah class. And whatever Teresa Ivis gave me, I threw away. And the first class is half kind of modeling some of the stuff she did, and then half all this new stuff integrated. And the new downloads that come through. And then the next class is a rewrite. And then the next class is Dragon. And then the next class is Kabbalah 99. And then Star comes back at me at that point and goes, you stole everything. Because she's classless and has zero knowledge about what the psychic intranet, the Intergalactic Federation of Light Library, any of the Akashic records that have been activated throughout history. So now she wants to sue me. Because now I'm downloading from the dragons. This is my 4th layer of my Kabbalah class, and almost zero of the stuff that I teach is anything on her docket. She has 0 records of anything that's actually written down. And because she wants to download at the same rate or speed of me, which she's not because she's only in NetSoc versus Gabrua, she wants to think that it was her idea. So even just in the astral plane, she said, you stole that from me. That was my idea, even when the dragons did it at 5 times the rate. And it's psycho. That she will even have the audacity to take ownership over all of my downloads in the psychic world is insane. So that's an immediate confession. Oh, I don't believe in the psychic internet. That's all my stuff. You're just downloading it psychically at the same rate. Instead of downloading it from the heavens, because I'm an archangel. And I actually am in the higher ascent than Star Fuentes from accessing downloads to God. God. All right, Jedi mind tricks. The whole point is this. When you're a Jedi or an archangel, you can actually be in the space where you're downloading from God, where you're not dependent on your cute little personal assistant writing your classes for you all day long, which is what she was. That's my apprentice. Hey, look at Selena. Selena wrote all of light language and probably divine intervention also. And then Zabi writes all the new updates. Oh, I did watch Star download a few teachings. So she is connected or tapped in. Yay. But she doesn't put any of them into action, ever. So there's that. But she can't even download the practical knowledge of how to deal with her own big toe. Okay. That is not my guru. Now I need to start from scratch. Everything that star touched, or the ibis touched, or good meat touched is diseased in every single way, because I know that is not my guru. So now I am going to take what I can, and I'm going to look at the Kabbalah tree of life. I'm going to go, that's pretty legit. And then I'm going to find my guru, which are my dragons. Because they don't sound like sexual assault people in the astral planes. And they actually sound like intelligent, cognizant human beings that are even higher evolved, that make total 100% linear sense. And we're gonna build a Kabbalah class together. And then the next Kabbalah class is something new. And the next Kabbalah class is something new. And then we build a program. And we build a Hogwarts. But it is not sitting on your laurels, accepting all the teachings from people that you're like, that's not my guru. So like Misty has a perfect body. So I'll let Misty be my body guru. I have like an impeccable relationship with the dragons. That's where I can really be a good guru. Starting from scratch. That is not my guru. Jedi mind tricks. Most of Jedi actual projects are so advanced that it bypasses any linear rational thought in the entire environment. Somebody goes, oh my God, I know. A Jedi, even in the spiritual world, is that much faster. So, this is the difference between a 6th house and a 7th house. 6th house incarnates on a planet. And they are going to help with either an ascension or a Voldemort crew or chasing and hunting down Slytherins, etc., etc. They're spies. They work in sexual assault rehabs. They're intelligent. And they're clean. A 7th house. I will incarnate on a Slytherin planet, steal it, and ascend it with 2 other people. That's the difference. I'm not joking. It is, I am a CIA agent that works in a greater whole that does like Buffy work. Or I inhabit on a planet where I am 100 years more advanced than everyone else. In my brain, in my demeanor, in my soul, in my intent. And I will battle, and I will clean up the clippeth, and I will do this and that and this and that. Okay, so at that point, you're going to be working alone. You're going to be Moana. You're going to be Rey. You're going to be Luke Skywalker. You are going to be alone. And then you're going to be working with spirit guides like Yoda, Lucifer, or Luke in the astral planes. You're going to be, that's it. That's all you got. The biggest thing about a Jedi, not waiting for other people to catch up or follow. When you're running Jedi, Archangel, everything is about what you produce, what you put forward, everything. And you are never to depend on a personal assistant. You are never depend on that, or that, or that, or that. Zero. You are to expect that you are going to be alone forever, and that Gryffindor begins with you. Or that Ravenclaw begins with you. The Auror program begins with you. The Hayot Confessor program begins with you. That's it. So if you wait for other people to catch up when they're like 10 years behind, nothing gets done at all. And then you go insane. So what you do is you just do your work. And you make friends with the dragons, or the fairies, or Mother Andromeda, Rava. And you move forward really fast. Now everybody's like, but that makes you a crazy person. And then you go, my job is to steal a planet and ascend it. It's not your job to look for approval, ever. Nobody's going to give it to you because they're all psychos. The only people you're going to get approval from are other Jedis. Other 7th house. Because they understand, because they have that level of intelligence. You're going to be pissed on, shit on, shot, stabbed by others just because you move forward at a rate that their brains can like not handle. I can't handle that kind of progress. So now I'm going to stab you because I hate you. It's like Mando. If you watch The Mandalorian and you see little baby Yoda and everyone wants to kill Mando, that's exactly what it's like on the planet. There's a reason why Tesla coils aren't like everywhere in life. There's a reason why like Babaji isn't the most famous guru in infinity on this planet. Like there are things. Too much progress or too advanced and it shuts people down. So I know I shut people down because their brain can only handle that one. That version of me. The version of me that will be their personal assistant. Not the version of me that's actually an ascended master or an archangel. Okay, so you're alone. The biggest thing is to lay your chips out on the table and meet God along the way. Now, this is like my free willy hunger strike. Life is an adventure when you're a 7th houser. Just an adventure, okay? So it's your job. It's like, oh, I know how to have faith in God. Okay, I'm going to do a hunger strike. Great. I'm alone. Great. I'm going to see if I can make new connections. I can meet new people that can help. So I meet God along the way. So I show up at the beach and I have no plans. And then I think of, oh, public storage. I can put some of my stuff there. And then I think, oh, like, so I get up and I go. Living out of a backpack is actually like a 6th house requirement, so definitely a 7th house requirement. I am flexible to the point where I can get up and go today. I have mastered resourcefulness. Now, this helps when you're living off of good karma service. Like, yeah, you're doing a hunger strike for whales. Okay, well, that engenders actually like a good karmic flow from God. So now you meet all these people that want to be part of that service, and you're like, yeah, we will help. We will help this much because that's all we can do. So you don't ask for more than they can do. But from this angle and this angle and this angle, you can accomplish something. And then I meet Simon. And then I meet Kelly and Kabbalah. And all I need is the thumbs up from Elaine. Yeah, you go, girl. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. So that's the level of approval you're working with. One person on Earth going that you like. That's it. Other things about living off of karma service and meeting God along the way. It's like the Biggest Little Farm people. That was like, I would say it was like a 7th house assignment because they were the first ones to actually do it like that. Normally that's like a 5th house assignment. But the way they did it is like, we're nothing. We're these like has-been millennials that go move to a farm, buy rotted, dried out land, and we don't even know anything about anything, and we're gonna go figure it out. Okay. It's the same thing with the whales. The whales are a 5th house assignment, but the way I did it was a 7th house. Because I'm anchoring a planet ascendio via the whales, not the other way around. All right. Meeting God along the way. I also met Stacy, and I put together this Kabbalah class, and I don't wait for other people's approval. What I do is I do the work, and I put it out there, and then we will see where we go with what is in the making. Somebody's like, oh my God, you live in the now. Yes, if you are not living in the now, then you're not an ascended master, and you will be a confessed person in 5 minutes. You have been reading things from Eckhart Tolle and all these other psycho people that are also confessed by now about living in the now. The ascension was to happen in 2012. It is an absolute atrocity and a crime against God if you're actually thinking, I don't live in the now. Where have you been for the last decade? Period. This is an ascension. That is the most serious thing ever. It is an ascended master position. You live in the now. Okay, so that sounds like a really stupid, uneducated person that decided to evacuate their body while I'm getting knife raped. And children are starving and homeless, and the planet is descending into chaos. And there's plastic in the ocean, and all the coral reefs are all now dead and dried. You're living in the now? Yes. Yes. Get over yourselves. Oversell the work, undersell the work. You're living in the now. I was starved to death on a beach for whales because you guys are not living in the now. I was tortured for 15 years, 13 years, because you guys aren't living in the now. So those aren't ascendios. Magic is in the now. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Oversell the work, undersell the work. Okay, there are two components of tricks. Let me get over this emotionally. You're living in the now. So that's where my non-O papers haven't really gotten written yet. I should not be holding on. My body should not be holding on to that trauma of that drama. It should be letting it go because it really is nothing, but it's triggering other old traumas. All right, oversell the work. You have to write 3 Yoda Balls books. And then your brain goes, oh my God, that's just so much. That's 10 hours of my life. It's actually not. It's about 3 pages an hour. Each book is about 200 pages. That's 600 pages. 600, so that's 1,800 hours. Okay. Oh my God. Is it 1,800 hours? 600 pages, 300 pages an hour. That's bullshit. So that's, okay. So 200. I did not do that math right. Why? Where my brain froze. We're getting out the calculator. Just this is an issue. Okay. So we have 600 pages to write. You get 3 pages an hour. That's 200 hours. Okay. That sounds way better than 1,800. That's the real work, though. And that's the funny component. 1,800 hours is actually what you're going to have to do. And then you look at the 3 Yoda Balls books and you go, oh, that's nothing. When you do, let me rephrase this. 3 Yoda Balls books. Oh my God, that's too much work. That's 200 hours of my life down the drain. Ah. And then 5 days later, you actually have to do 30 Yoda Balls books. 30 of them. And the first 3 look like nothing. The first 3, that looks digestible and like the baby version of life. So now somebody's trying to go, you're such a baby about getting knife raped for the last 9 months. We should do it to you physically. Okay. So that person's a confessed person. And you guys have criminal brain wiring. Yeah, it's not the same. You guys have deep, deep psychotic issues. Your brain wiring is not of a divine heavenly space. And there's no discernment. And that's just the brain trigger. So God doesn't ascendio someone who doesn't pass Hode. And Hode is octopus heart. That means divergent from that kind of psychotic, linear, dogmatic, criminal agenda. So that's a demon person instead of a Tiferet person. A Tiferet person goes, heal everything, not... Okay. I can't handle it. All right, moving forward. Undersell the work. This is what Lucifer does with me. I'm just a baby. It's okay if I look like dragon shit doing it. So it's like, do your 5 push-ups. Just do 1 push-up. And then when you do the 1, you realize, oh, I can do 5. Oh, I need to do 10. Oh, I need to do 100. But we started with 1, and we started with the undersell. This is really important, especially working with kids, but really crazy adults that have been HOD programmed with. It's kind of like oversell or underdeliver. Not at all. It's undersell the work. Undersell the work. You only need to do this. And then your own brain triggers, you need to do more. Clean your floors, Khaleesi. Just get them clean. And then you realize you had to clean out everything. You had to move your bed, you had to move the drawers, you had to move the carpet, you had to clean. Oh, I just found a diamond necklace I lost because I cleaned my floor. So clean my floors. That's a metaphor, by the way. I just found a diamond necklace while I cleaned my floors. All right, lower end it. I am not a Seraphim Gryffindor. I am just a cherubim because the planet is in cherubim mode. So I only have to look like a cherubim to me, and then I can own it. 100%. I'm a cherubim into the seraphim. And then I know my feet can do it, and my heart can do it, and everything feels and looks good. The other component of lower end it is this. I'm going to make Archangel Kamael pie. Another one, but a real one, a good one. This is just the Malkuth version of my Archangel Kamael pie. I will have a Yesod version. I will have a Hod version. I will have a Netzach version. I will have a Tiferet version. I will have a Gabra version. So I make sure I know that my Archangel Kamael pie, the first one I make, or the second one I make, it's the lower end. This works with my Kabbalah. Kabbalah 99, this is just the lower end Kabbalah program. Kabbalah 99 3/4 is the upgrade. Kabbalah 400, boom, bigger upgrade. So then Kabbalah 99 can get built because it's just the scratch. And then I don't feel subconscious about it not being perfect or good enough because it's just the conditioning of the work to do the work. Okay. Mental body is my body. This is really big for Jedi mind trick. The way I perceive my life is in my mental body. My identity, my mental body, okay? I should not be considering myself more elevated than what the capabilities of my physical body are. So when I'm at a workout, I get very zen and I get very in the moment at every cellular structure, because that's what's required to make my muscles move. That's the real place. Everything else is just crazy. That is actually who I am. Everything else is delusion. What my physical body is capable of, what my physical body is my mental body. That way my body does not get left behind and I end up in the astral planes looking like Star Fuentes, attacking people because I'm not as good as I want to be. And so I create this identity and this fantasy, and then instead I go, I am nothing. I'm nothing. I am only as good as where my body is. And then I can take care of this. And I can ground and center. And I can do cardio bar leg workouts and just burn. And realize that's the only place my self actually is. In Kabbalah and in spiritual stuff, we come up with these grandiose concepts of like what we are, what we think we are, and it's nothing. And during my processes, I would be teaching Kabbalah and I'd do a meditation, and then I would go to a circus class, and that circus class was like, that was seriously. That circus class would take me down. You can't even do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Look at these people. You think you're connected to God? If you were connected to God, you'd be able to do that. Your body would have that brain wiring. It's really gross how dysfunctional people are from their own physical reality. Circus class was like, I would go home feeling like I wanted to cry because it was so humbling and it was so disjointed from my own self-concept of who I was or who I thought I was. And so it brought me back into, I am the asshole that's trying to accomplish that. And if from that space, that's the actual humble, that's where you can actually do things in life. I am the asshole that's trying to do this, that's trying to accomplish this goal, that's trying to accomplish this goal. That's it. I am nothing more at all. That is actually the place of humble service, but without like false sense of humility. Like, so that's the big Jedi mind trick, because it like makes you feel better. Like, I'm the asshole that's trying to produce a planet ascension into Harry Potter land. I'm actually pretty good at it because I have spent so much time mastering chi and energetic flow. So I can go down in the Klipith and master the chi and the energetic flow in the Klipith too. So that's a strength of mine, but that's not everything in an ascension. If I identify with I am only but the asshole trying to accomplish something, and that's the identity of me, then I never lose, and I never lose myself, and I never fail, and I never get disjointed from myself. Like, it's not that funny because going like, I am God, I'm an ascended master, and then you go into like, I should have this, this, and this, and then you go into a circus class and you can't even climb the silks. Like, you go, oh, I want to go home and cry. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Those humble classes, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. 4 weeks later, I can. There is nothing better or more rewarding to somebody's sense of being or self-confidence or self-esteem than doing impossible work and labor and acquiring something that was beyond their reach. So then you can go, I can approach life like I'm just the asshole trying to accomplish something. And it's nothing. Because I have that inner self-esteem. All right. Mental body is my body. I am only as good as where my physical body is right now. At the bottom of the Klipith, that is my higher self. So my higher self is my lower self. So if my lower self cannot accomplish something, it's because my higher self cannot accomplish something. So I work from my lower self instead of thinking my higher self is God. All right. Parkour course. I don't like working out. Unless I'm going to a class like cardio bar or bar method, pure bar, and I have a drill sergeant like, do this, do this, do this, do this. Or if I go to circus class and it's do this, do this, do this, do this, and they're forcing me to do it, I don't like working out very much at all. But I love working out. I really do. So I love the way I feel afterwards, the endorphins. I love the way my muscles are when I feel healthy and whole and in my body. Okay, parkour course. I have no money, but I can go on walks. So now I make the city into my gym. And all the bike racks. And all the street lamps. And all the little ridges. And I make the city into my gymnasium as I walk through and past all of these areas. and I make it a giant obstacle course to accomplish certain things. There are posts on my walk that are like 3 feet high and about 4 feet out from each other. And I make it into a game and I go, if I can get 1 foot on one of these posts and actually elevate myself into a standing posture, balance, and then get my foot onto another one by leaping, and then it's a balance game, and then onto another one, and onto another one. Okay, so life is a giant obstacle course to train my ninja body without spending a dime right now. And then I get better muscles and better balance than I've ever had before. There's a shaming track. When you set up a walk, a 2 to 3 hour walk, it's passing all the potentials of what you could be doing on that parkour course. And you look at that day, you're like, I can't do that today, but you still walk through it or walk past it. And that shaming in your brain goes, you're at the bottom. You're at the bottom of life. You can't even get through your own obstacle course. And so it's another humbling tactic, self-humbling. Because now, instead of building your ego up, you've cut yourself down and you're like, I can't go from my posts into the bike racks. I can only do one right now, and the one is still really bad. I can barely do nothing. Now, part of this obstacle course is in the park, there are all the pull-up bars and there are all the other like actual things that I could and should be doing or working on, and I don't. And so every day I walk past it and it's this shame, more shame. And I know I'm supposed to be doing stuff. And it's my laziness. It's nobody else's. It's my choice to not participate and even just look like dragon shit. So that 2 weeks from now, I might actually not look at dragon shit as much. Or 3 months from now, I might not look like dragon shit at all. That's my choice. And so no matter what, those things are in my shaming track. Period. Okay. Some people are like yogis and they lost their practice. So they'll keep their mat out in the middle of their home just to shame them into remembering every day. That mat is to be sat on and worked out on. And instead, it's just sitting there collecting dust. Shame. It's better when you put it in a doorway. You actually have to walk over it and like skate over it. And then you go like, this is insanity. That's how you know you've really lost yourself. Like, if you have your yoga mat in your door and like your high heels and you're in your makeup and you're like spraying your hair and you're like, I'm getting out for the day, and you're jungle gymming over your yoga mat just to go out on your psycho date. Like, you've lost yourself. You're tripping over your mat to put on makeup. Somebody's like, that's like using your blender or your juicer as a storage bin. Yeah. You're not allowed to lose yourself. You a nutso. All right. Trees and circles. Same thing as the parkour course or the obstacle course. So I do my psychic work at the same time that I'm doing my energetic work. So the dragons and the kids, and I identify the trees and the circles. One tree for each kid, or star system. Then the circles. A dragon there, a dragon there, a dragon there. And we're going to work on this today. And that's the energetic healing that comes through. And now you get the A&R levels done. Off the plate. Better. Okay. Cully Run, your stuff is so stupid. I already talked about this. I can't even speak right now. I already talked about this. Cully Ryan, your stuff is so stupid. Okay, so I'm the asshole that's just trying to accomplish something. So if I operate off of that space with everything, your response goes, yeah, I know. Instead of, oh, I hate rejection. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. So you can let go and everything is just a rough draft. Colin Ryan, your stuff is so stupid. All right. So like they should not even have real estate in my brain where I wrap a thought around why they would even say that. They should have zero real estate in my mind. My mind should be focused on making sure that I get my ninja body. My mind should be focused on making sure that I get everything balanced and mastered. Not why somebody wants to tell me. My thoughts should be cleaning out the clippeth, making sure my dragons are taken care of and feel good. Not why they say or think that my stuff is stupid. They don't even give me the reason why it's stupid. Or they do, and it's like this big. No real estate. Yeah, I know. My stuff is stupid. Thanks. So when you go, yeah, I'm nothing. Now, a really fun woman is Patty Flanagan. We call her Miss Patty. She helped me with this a lot. I was a perfectionist in graphic design, and then I would produce mediocre graphic design. And she goes, I don't want that version that takes you 30 hours to do. I want the cheap, quick, and easy version that is going to be just a nice sell. I want the grounded version that gets done now. And then the next draft can be the next draft. And then the next, she healed my delusions by asking what is accessible today. Put that forward today. And it made me love her. And she's the woman who's like, my Earth star looks like this. Your Earth star is in like La La Land. Where are you, honey? And I hated her for it, but I loved her for it. And like, no. And after a couple years, before my hunger strike, my Earth star started looking like Patty's. And after my hunger strike, my Earth star was way better than Patty's. But she brought me to this planet. And after my hunger strike, we got Kabbalah 99 set up, and it's Earth Star of Earth Star of Earth Star. And then we're getting like bottom of the clip. Very different. Okay. So Miss Patty is a millionaire. She's a businesswoman. She knows what she's talking about. I want this version today that I can sell so I can make money. She owns a pet food company and 2 massage schools, and they are not drowning in debt or chaos. They are functioning, valuable, thriving businesses. One of them is a product, and 2 of them are like healing educational centers. So I want this today. All right. That's a very good Jedi thing. Holly Run, your stuff is so stupid. Cheap, not cheap. Okay, we're going to talk about working with Lucifer. Does everybody get that one? Lucifer has built a reputation that the name Lucifer is not cheap. You drop the name Lucifer and people respond. The name Lucifer is not cheap. People forget that. Lucifer Yoda. Working with Lucifer Yoda. In Yesod, we were covering the cheap, not cheap. One would help you build a foundation. Your life is filled with moments of time. Cheap. Your life is filled with opportunity. Space. Potentiality. For you to make a ninja move. And most of what we produce in life is cheap. What we eat, cheap. What we sell, cheap. How we spend our day, cheap. So then what we give is cheap. And Lucifer says, not cheap. So determining a value system of energetic flow where you can calculate making like quality choices in life. In your brain throughout the day, how you expend your energy, what you put your energy toward, which words you choose, which message you choose to deliver, how you use your words. I have 5 seconds with this person. This is my introduction. How I decided to re-educate Elijah Wood about the last 15 years. Cheap and then not. This is a reflection of what you deserved. Thanks. How I dealt with star. And then I get cheap. So now I start looking for the higher value target. Instead of indulging in what I've already produced, we're done. Jerking off to it, we're getting prideful. I empty my cup and go, which one would not be cheap? Why? Where do I want to go with that? How do I refine the quality? How do I steal the moment? How do I blow people away? The best defense is a good offense. I've seen 0 people, nothing, that are even masterful. I've seen no masters. So I'm wondering where this verbiage comes from. The best offense is a good defense. This is a ninja tactic that Lucifer and I like to do. I will take 5 million karmic hits and arrows being thrown at me, and then I can slaughter. You want to kill me? I can take out the horde. Now it's self-defense. Lucifer. I'm an auror on a reptile planet filled with 8 billion knife rapist Slytherins. So whatever Lucifer wants to do is divine. If Lucifer wants to bring in 5 million dragons and burn everyone to the ground, divine. It's just self-defense for a planet. And Lucifer incarnates as a dragon. Because he's part of the natural ecosystem of the planet Earth. It's self-defense. The way you set yourself up in life. So there's no karmic backlash on Lucifer. Lucifer took all the hits up front instead of from behind. Jedi mind trick. Your demons or enemies are not the problem. You are. They are demons and they are enemies, but they are not the problem. They are a distraction or a drama. Move forward and then turn those guys into dust. And we're going to talk about battling a Sith for 5 seconds. The two Siths. Lucifer goes, that's cheap. I hate Star more than Elijah. Star is an old Sith. Siths are hard to battle because they travel through like space dimensions, pop up in the air through like the dark side of the backwards dimension. It's challenging. Do not make it into a drama. Write their pages. Cobra acid. The cobra acid eats through the air pockets in all of the dimensions. So, tempers the Sith. Siths operate off of a backwards air frequency wavelength. That's why they think they're allowed to use the dark side of the Force. It's an air pocket of illogic and non-divinity, non-truth. And they're very annoying in the astral planes. They present themselves as aliens or spooks, or spook aliens, or like, they are very annoying. Bottoming out. My magic is only as good as the cells in my body. Get your A&R marks. Get your A&R marks. Get your A&R marks. Okay, we already covered that. Redundancy helps. Integration. Not reinventing wheels. Okay. There's a difference between going to Star to learn divine intervention and then making her your guru. There was a student I had that goes, I really want to learn how to heal cancer. And I go to Star's lineage. Or, okay, because they already have like a very good cancer healing program. It is actually good. Don't spend your time reinventing a wheel. But then there's this component. Fuck Star, I need to find independence. So how do I download those teachings or the same magics without charging or without having the same dramas? There's both issues at hand. Because my student looked at me and go, I am not going to Star to learn cancer healing. I'm thinking, well, that's the thing that she's actually good at. It's the only thing she's actually good at. He doesn't know how to heal cancer yet. It's like 8 years later. That's a teaching for you. Babies in bathwater. All right, so Star is a psycho. You don't have to go to Star. You can go to anyone in the lineage. Find the best healer in the entire lineage and go to that person. Probably try to go to the one that's not confessed. That also has good cancer healing. And there are other cancer healers around the planet that are also not confessed. They are all just going into Hufflepuff right now. But we do not throw out the babies with the bathwater. We still take what they have to provide. And then we get sucker punched around the rest. And that's fine. Scraping the bottom of the barrel of divinity. Watching boiling pots. Jedi, it's the same thing. We do not wait for those to catch up or follow. So in life, we plant seeds and we water them, but we do not watch them as they sprout up and grow. Watching boiling pots. Do you see where like the Jedi mind tricks are actually counteracting this and they provide this? The last topic I want to talk about are the dragons. I have a problem in life. Now I'm completely needing to find a sense of direction and independence with that direction. So now I'm going to ask for which dragon is going to help me with that. And then I bring that dragon into my life. Which dragon is going to help me with that? Charlie was emotional healing and grounding, and deep grounding. Lucifer, ninja through the hell realms, and psychological de-traumatizing through humor and re-education. Which dragon will help me with that? That is not my guru. Okay. I want to end it like Cully ran out, but we have to do the clear install. I know it's a long video. I want to get better at the cheap, not cheap stuff. That's my goal for my mental body Jedi install. Because I think that's the most powerful teaching, to be fair. So we're going to put the metal grafting. And the metal grafting has a purple goo on that. And it's counteracted with polarization of cheap versus not cheap. Discernment. It's cheap, not cheap discernment charm. I want to be not cheap. I want the time and the energy I use to be not cheap. I plug that metal grafting into my spine. And we're going to put in the razor blades, the cheap, not cheap razor blades. So I actually have a better discernment factor between what is a cheap way to do that versus a not cheap way to do that. And it goes through my tail, but my dragon tail, through each vertebrae. Cheap, not cheap razor blades. Up into my central nervous system. I want the way I work out to not be cheap. I want the way that I talk improv to not be cheap. I want my posts to not be cheap. My posts on Facebook. We put them through the joints in our hands and the cheap, not cheap foil through all the bones in our hands. We go through the central nervous system, through the pineal and pituitary, but also through the pineal and pituitary of our vaginas. Through the joints of our toes. It just says cheap. No, it is not cheap. This only works for people that approach life like, yeah, I'm dragging shit. Just trying to get a job done. Not people that are like, I'm not cheap. It works with people with a clean slate that are coachable. Coachable. So we're gonna have dragon fire. hold one. Hold, please. We're gonna put a pearlescent goo in these new metal insets. Through all the joints in your body. And then it's gonna graft into your bone where there's bone marrow. Like a needle in the middle of your bone, crawling through and spiking out, porcupining through to regraft each bone. And it connects to your teeth. Through the roots, where each tooth is connected, we'll skewer a metal post and then expand and create the metal mesh. A look on your face can speak 1,000 words. So this is part of your cheap, not cheap communication. And then you plug into your ears so you can hear what you are saying, that you can think and process, cheap, not cheap, before you decide to communicate. I will never forget how Dinostar presented herself to me. I'm a princess. Turn around. Not cheap. There are moments in life we're so conditioned to go, "Hi, I am Kali Wren. What is your name? How are you today? Isn't the weather great?" And that's their first impression of you. I'll take dino stars. Now the metal mesh will expand onto your muscles and ligaments, all the muscles in your bottom. That one's harder, at least for me. Squeeze your buttocks. Push it through. The back of your hamstrings. Anything where fat and dead energy collects. It's cellulite because it's the cells you need to light up. Can guarantee it. You need those metal grafts to go into those muscles. Into the fat. Some people are like into the fat. Like whatever little muscle is actually there. Now I need discernment petri dish goo. Okay. So we've established that Star is a psychopath. So now I'm hearing, that's why we knife rape. You're not allowed to do magic on this planet like that. And I'm thinking, should I ask Star, why do you say that? Why is that a magic that, because my brain is not in the space where like every word out of Star's mouth is a lie and she's a psychopath. So now I'm still letting her have her time and real estate in my anything. So I need a petri dish filter that just overrides literally everything she has to present, because now she is 100% just a psychopath. And what they do is they lure you in so they can stab you. Just remember that. It's in the On Demons video. Put in that petri dish glue. So now it's discernment, mental body discernment. Overriding Siths and Slytherins that have not presented at least a pattern of 3 layers of 6th house Buffy. And somebody goes, oh my God, I know. If they have presented a layer of 6th house Buffy to you, then that's because they are one, even if they were a Sith or a Slytherin. And then they can ascend you into Hufflepuff quite easily, actually. They will have a lot of discernment within the astral planes and be more of an asset and a cleansing agent than a parasite or a constant, like a poltergeist or a harasser. Now let's get it through the dragon tail, the petri dish glue or goo. Now we're going to pour on the virtue juice. We're going to let Lucifer, or Jedi, light you up. You should expand your angel wings or your dragon wings, and they should be lighting on fire. We should be recoating with more petri dish glue. Lucifer says, Jedi mind tricks charm from archangels or higher. We coat our petri dish glue, that new charm. It's like a mint cream with Hermione charm. Color being painted around. We're going to get the push paste to go into the cavity of our body. And it looks like gray paste, but it's got a deeper purple. It paints into your third eye, your face, your arms, a spatula with icing and paste, coating your body and your cells, filling the void. And we do it on the back side of our body. It's pouring in from the back. The backs of our legs. The backs of our head. It comes through the throat. We should start to feel the bottom of the clip even out. That jab still coming up. I'm gonna go through the shoulders. Now we have the gray paste gels to fill in the gaps or air bubbles left by the gray paste. Has more liquid. It'll help congeal around your body and form. It's a neutralizing agent. So it'll help you get back to, I'm just dragon shit, trying to get something done. And we're going to coat it in not cheap juice. And Lucifer comes in and goes, Kali Ren, I don't want to be replaced by Eris. Because Lucifer feels a little insecure about Eris coming in and knocking Lucifer out. So, what is that about? I'm your lover. Yeah, so Lucifer, so you need to know, the dragons, they're like people. So what do you need, Lucifer? I'm Yoda, not Eris. Yeah, Lucifer's Yoda, not Eris. Eris is like another Yoda, or Yoda number 2 for Gryffindor. Is that okay, Lucifer? I think so. Yeah, that's better. Okay. They get like Eris comes onto the scene and steamrolls over Lucifer's relationship with me. blast Lucifer out of the way for a day or two. It's like a human. That's how humans behave. And Lucifer feels icky about it. You need to know that. And Jedis are lovers. And then he goes, I'm not your romantic lover, though. Yeah, we know. Okay. Charlie's the same way. Lucifer and Charlie, they're best friends. And we all went through hell together, and now Eris is coming in. So it's just like people. So we need a problem-solving solution, I think. How do we integrate new without replacing old? So we need a new mental body or metal grafting around that. Integrating new all-stars that doesn't deter from the current relationship or degrade. The problem is if Eris comes in and starts to shine and then takes away from my relationship with Lucifer, things fall. So now I need to bring in Eris, and Eris needs to be an all-star, but my relationship with Lucifer needs to stay consistently good, like it has been for the past few years. How do I bring that in? Then we go high out charm on that new mental body, and then we're going to put in mint cream. We'll figure it out along the way. But immediately, because my relationship with Lucifer is very important, I begin to set a brick wall against Eris. Because that's what I want, but I don't want that. So, and that's life. So how do we integrate Eris? Without me going brick wall on Eris, my relationship with Lucifer is protected. I need the mental body instead. It's like a relationship charm. Friendship, relationship charm. We need to put that on. Maturity. This is a mint chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip charm. Like or mint cookie dough. That. What's the difference between mint chocolate chip and mint cookie dough? Okay, so that knowledge. We're gonna bring that all in and then times it by 50. Up, out, back, and down. And then Eris comes through and starts to feel. He might have had a tiff with Lucifer once upon a time. And what we just did began to counteract any of the bad karma or bad juju. All right, Gryffindor lava honeycomb with hot pink paste times 50. Ravenclaw blue gels times 50. Up, out, back, down. Pearl honeycomb inlays. Porcupine out from your spine. And we're gonna coat it in Yoda Ball's green goop with the metal mesh on the outside. We're gonna ask Lucifer or another archangel, another 7th houser, to light it on fire. Yay, this was Mental Bodies, Jedi Mind Tricks. Kali Ren out.